friends, I hope you're all good. I hope you're having a wonderful day, whatever you are doing, wherever you are listening to this or watching this on YouTube. I'm so excited to be bringing you this episode. It's probably going to be a little bit of a shorter one, but it's just, I want to get straight to the point and really make you think about this, because honestly, if I think about online marketing today, I really think that this is a massive missing piece for so many people. And it seems like it's going to be a lot of effort, but actually, if you really get this one piece nailed, it's going to make such a massive difference for where you're showing up online and how discoverable you are as well. So basically, this all came about because as lots of you know, I'm a partner of Kajabi. I absolutely love Kajabi. My whole business is on there. I've just found out that I can also host my podcast on Kajabi now and move everything over, which is literally a game changer. But that is a training for another day. But I was on Kajabi, and part of Kajabi, you get Kajabi University. So there's loads of like mini courses and things like that. And I was watching a mini course, and the guy coaching it, I really liked. I just instantly kind of connected with him. And I thought, yeah, I really like his coaching. He was really kind of speaking my language. So I had a little search of him, and I found that he had a podcast. So as it happened, that day I was actually driving to a training conference, and I had about a 4-hour drive. So I thought, this is perfect. I can get in the car and I can listen to his podcast, see what it's all about. So I listened to his podcast, and I literally binged the whole podcast the whole way there, literally back to back to back to back. So listen to the podcast. And then in that podcast, he said about a YouTube video that he's got. And I thought, amazing, I'm going to watch the YouTube video. So once I got to the hotel, I then put on his YouTube videos, and I was watching those back to back to back to back. And I found myself, considering that I only come across him that morning, I found myself by the evening thinking, I wonder if he's got a mastermind. I wonder what courses he's got. If he's got a 12-month mastermind, I'd probably join it, and already knowing that a 12-month mastermind with him would be 15 to 20,000 pounds a year. And I was thinking, yeah, I would probably do that. I'd really like to be a part of that. I wonder if he's got one. And it really made me think, I've literally gone from not knowing him at all to now being willing to hand over 20 grand for him to train me. That's how confident, and that's how much I trust him and I like him, and I feel like I know him enough to think, yeah, I feel like you're a good coach for me. So it really made me think how powerful it is when you have enough content that someone can binge you. They can literally binge you, and how quickly that process can go from, I don't know who you are, I wouldn't buy anything from you, to I feel like I know you, I feel like you're right for me, here's 20 grand. Like, that was a quick process. So I want to ask you, are you bingeable? So what I mean by that is, if someone stumbles across you online, maybe they land on your Instagram, or maybe they see a Facebook Live that pops up or something like that, are you bingeable? Could they go on a road trip and binge you all day, and by the end of that day feel like they know you enough that they would want to hire you as a coach, or buy your products, or work with you in your business, whatever it is? If not, you're dragging out that process so much. And it just really struck me how quick that process went, and actually how powerful it is when you can create enough content that someone can really dive deep into your world and just be all consumed with it. And I realize I actually do this quite a lot. I find someone that I like, I binge them over the course of a couple of days, and then I'm in. I literally will buy anything that they put out. So when you're looking at the customer journey, or that process of someone coming into your world and becoming a customer, there's basically 5 stages of it. So you've got the awareness stage. This is the stage where they first find out who you are. They first land on your Instagram or your email list or whatever. That's the awareness stage. They're just discovering you. The second stage is the research stage. And this is actually where most people stay for most of the time. This can be a really long time if there's not enough for them to binge on. So the research stage is really where they're sussing out. They want to know a little bit about your background. They want to know a bit about how you teach. They want to know how you teach. They want to know if you're the right vibe for them, if your energy matches them, if they're aligned with you. And this research stage can really be a long time, but you need to be able to give them content to really understand this. Otherwise, like I said, it's going to drag out so long. The third stage is the purchase stage. So a lot of people actually think that this is the final stage. This is where it stops, but it's really not. For a lot of the time, this is actually where it starts. So the research phase can be the longest phase. If you drag it out that long. Purchase phase is obviously when they say, okay, I feel like I know, like, and trust you enough that I want to give you my money and pay for your services. So that's the purchase stage. The fourth stage is service. This is where you keep serving your clients. So like I said, this is where people feel like it stops. And if someone buys a course, that's the end. But this is really where it starts. This is where your customer service comes into play. This is where you really start to preempt the questions that they might have, or extra support that they might need. And this is where you're really showing and giving the value for what they paid for. So you keep serving them, you keep showing up, you keep making sure that they are getting the best experience as possible with you. And then you've got the loyalty phase. This is where whatever you put out, they will buy. If ever anyone else is asking, what's the deal with that Carly then? Is she good? Do I recommend her? They are your raving fans. They're your biggest fans. They say, yes, oh my God, you should definitely go to Carly's membership or buy Carly's course. She's amazing. I definitely recommend her. So that's really the process that we want to take our audience members through, from awareness, research, purchase, service, loyalty. And the section that I'm talking about at the moment is this research section, because it's the most important phase, I think. And it's where, like I said, a lot of people are tripping up and they're just not giving their audience enough content to get to the point where they're like, yeah, I want to buy this. I know, like, and trust that person. So getting them from a 1, which is I've just found out who you are, to getting them to a 10, this is the process that we can take them through in this research phase. So the most important thing, I don't know if you've listened to my episode with Daniel Priestley, but he talks a lot about the 7-11-4 approach, which is basically giving someone 7 hours worth of content that they can binge on you in 11 different ways. So whether that's reels, podcasts, emails, whatever it is, audio, written, text, lots of different things, blog post, and then on 4 different platforms. So it might be YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and email. But you need to make sure that there's at least 7 hours of content that they can binge on you for. So if currently you're only putting out one form or one style of content, perhaps you're only doing blogs, or perhaps your Instagram posts are all static written posts, it's not enough for them to really get to know who you are. So think about, where can you add 7 hours worth of content? And like I said, it doesn't need to be 7 hours in one place. It can be in loads of different places. And I want to give you an example of how you could do this in a really, really simple way. So anyone that, if you've been around for a little while, you know that I'm a really busy mum. I have 5 hours a week where both kids are in childcare. So that is where a huge bulk of my time happens. Margot's sleeping at the moment. She's having a little nap. So I've got another little hour here where I can do my podcast. But in terms of showing up in all of these places, and if I'm saying to you now, right, you need to be on YouTube, you need to be on Pinterest, you need to be on TikTok, you need to be on Instagram, you need to be doing email marketing, you need to be writing a blog, you need to have a podcast. If I said that to you right now, I know that your heart would sink and you'd literally go into panic, like, where are the hours in the day to do all the things? But you can be so smart with repurposing your content. So let's use this as an example. I'm recording my podcast right now. I'm recording it with a video in front of me. So this is going to go out straight away as a podcast and also a YouTube video. So there's 2 platforms done straight away. I'm then going to take a small snippet of this video and put it into a nice little fancy graphic that I do on Canva. And that is going to go into my Facebook group, my free Facebook community, as a little snippet. So they can, it's a top tip in itself anyway. There is a little bit of value in there anyway, but it's also going to promote my podcast. That can also go on Pinterest. That same little thing that I put in my Facebook group can go on Pinterest. I can then take the content or the written words that I've got. I can actually what is the word? Not repurpose. Oh, I've forgotten the word. Transcribe. That's the one. I can then transcribe that episode. So to get it all written out, I can then put that as a blog post. or I can put it as an email to go out to my email marketing. And of course, that's going to promote my podcast as well. And I can also take a paragraph of it and have that as a written text. And then also what I do in my podcast is I take the video and I put that video on TikTok. So again, it's promoting my podcast, it's promoting all of the things, but it enables me from this one bit of content that I'm creating now, it enables me to show up everywhere on all of these different platforms. And it's only taken me, this episode will take me max half an hour to edit, put together, do all of the things. So that is a half an hour commitment of your time to show up on all of those places. And it is an amazing way for people to absolutely binge you. So I really want this to get you thinking about how you can use your content time smarter. You don't have to create new content to be on all of these different platforms. It doesn't need to be a different subject every time. And actually, it can take a little while for a message to land with someone. And sometimes they need to see it in different forms. Some people are visual learners. Some people are audible learners. Some people need to read things to really take in the context of it. So if you put your same message in lots of different formats and lots of different ways, the chances of that message really landing with your ideal client are a lot higher. And if they hear that same thing 3, 4, 5 times over the course of a week, if you have that one topic that you're focusing on that week, then it's much more likely to land and they're actually going to get there. Think about when you watch TV and all of these adverts come up, you see the same advert all the time. It really is very rarely that you watch one advert once and you go and purchase it, or you go and take action on that thing. And also, even if you're listening to podcasts all the time, you can hear the same message all the time from lots of different people, but it's normally like the 5th or 6th or 7th time that it really sinks in and you say, oh, I get that. Oh, okay, right. That is how I apply that to myself. So if you're creating all of this content, you've got that same message, people are seeing it in lots of different ways and lots of different formats, they're probably going to take action on what you're saying a lot quicker because they've had those touch points and they've had those chances for that message to really kind of dial down and say, right, that's landed. I get it. I know what I need to do now. So don't think that this is the lazy way of doing it. You're actually really helping your client or your audience member get to where they need to get to quicker, and you're helping them learn that lesson a lot quicker. So I hope you found that helpful. I hope that's really made you think, are you bingeable? Can someone go on a road trip from their house 4 hours away and listen to you or watch you that entire time? If they can't, don't panic. Don't think you need to sit and do hours and hours and hours of content and think, oh my God, I'm not going out this weekend. I need to create all this content. But start thinking smarter about the content that you are creating. Think of that process. Instead of thinking, right, I'm just going to do a Facebook post, think, what if I did a Facebook Live and then I took that recording, even if you don't have a podcast, do a Facebook Live or do an Instagram Live, take that video, download it, turn that into a TikTok, turn that into a reel, transcribe that, turn that into an email post, have a little paragraph for a text in your Instagram, and start showing up in all of these different places. And that is how you start to grow your audience. That's how you start to grow your awareness. That's how people start to say, oh yeah, I think I've heard of that, Carly, or I think I saw one of her TikToks the other day. That's how you start becoming more well-known in your industry and becoming the go-to expert person in your industry as well. And like I said, just getting people from that 1 to 10 a lot quicker. If you can shorten the time frame that someone discovers you and is aware of you and then gets to a point where they're like, yes, she is for me, I really like her, I really want to work with her or him, let's go. If you can shorten that time, you're going to see results a lot quicker in your business. So I hope you found that helpful. If you loved this, please take a screenshot, add it into your Instagram. If you are watching on YouTube, add it onto your Instagram, tag me at Carly Myers Life. Obviously, if you're watching this, listening to this on your podcast, tag me, all the same things. Head over to Apple and leave me a 5-star review. And if you are watching on YouTube, then subscribe, because then you're going to see all of my lovely bits coming up. That sounds really dodgy, doesn't it? You're going to see all of my lovely bits. You're not going to see any of that. You're actually going to see some marketing stuff, which is a lot less sexy. But I am also going to be doing lots of YouTube videos all about Kajabi, and really kind of taking you through the step-by-step processes of creating everything on Kajabi. So landing pages, websites, email lists, podcasts, coaching platforms, all of the things. I'm going to be really actually showing you how you do it. Because it's so helpful. And if you can build your whole business on one platform, then it is the way forward. So thank you so much. I hope you found that helpful. I cannot wait to binge on every single one of you. Please let me know how you're getting on or if you've got any questions. And yeah, I am cheering you on, my friend. Bye. Hey, just a quickie. If you would love more info like this and you want to engage with more people exactly like you, then make sure you head over to my Facebook group, the Ambitious Female Entrepreneur Club. It is an amazing space full of entrepreneurs and ambitious people that are going to challenge you to become more and be more and do more and create more for yourself. I'm so inspired by this group of women, and every single month I get an expert coming in and teaching a free masterclass alongside lots of other free trainings and Facebook Lives and loads of assets to help you build your business online. I really cannot wait to welcome you into the Ambitious Female Entrepreneur Club. See you soon. Bye.